What's up? It's me, Haley Jones of the Big Orange Business Podcast, and today we are talking all things KARM, Knox Area Rescue Ministries, right?
Yeah.
What if I botched that already? Anyways. So I'm here with Celia Lively and Josh Lively. In case you're wondering, they are married. Okay, and it just happened that way. Okay, so you are director of communications.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. All things community engagement here. Actually.
Got it.
Yeah.
Community engagement. My bad. Gosh. Like I said, we're starting strong. And director of marketing.
Yes, for the stores.
Awesome. For the stores. Okay, so KARM. For people in the area, first we do rapid fire. Okay, so we're just doing a little rapid fire. What are three things that should come to mind when people think KARM?
Ooh, good question. So 3 things that come to mind when people think of KARM: helping our neighbors, loving people exactly where they are, and serving your local community.
Love it.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Love that. How did you guys each get involved with KARM?
Yeah, so I moved here 3 years ago for this guy. We fell in love, and so I moved here. And so I didn't know anything about KARM.
Yeah.
I Googled nonprofits in Knoxville, and KARM was the one that kept coming up.
Yeah.
And so I actually started out in the director of volunteer roles.
Yeah.
And so I applied online. I knew how to manage volunteers, knew how to do that kind of stuff, knew nothing about homelessness at all.
Oh, wow.
I had served at a homeless shelter, like I'd served a meal or something like that, but didn't know anything about the complex nature, the individualized problems, the societal problems that come with homelessness. Had no clue. I was just like, this seems fun.
Yeah.
I love Jesus. I love serving.
Right.
Let's do it in Knoxville.
Right.
And so got that job started, and then last year moved into this role. But awesome. I love it. I love the people we can serve. I love my team. It's just a great place.
You can tell the vibe too. Is like she loves it. I mean, you both love it. Like you can tell.
Yes.
Okay, and then how did you get involved with KARM?
Yeah, so I got involved obviously because of her. Because like we talked about beforehand, my background is in athletic communications. I used to work at the University of Tennessee with our volleyball, swimming, and diving programs, doing PR for them.
Yeah.
But as she grew in her role at KARM, you go home, you talk about your days. It was just hard to compare a bad day in athletics to a bad day at KARM. Because there was just a lot going on, and I was like, I started to fall in love with the idea of like really being able to help my community. Yeah. I grew up from Harriman, so I'm not far from Knoxville.
Right.
And I just love East Tennessee so much. There are a lot of people who really need help. And I was like, man, I could be doing so much more than social media for a sports team that maybe a few hundred people care about.
Right.
And so eventually, over time, this position came open with the stores, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and see if I can get it. Applied, went through the process, and here I am. And I love it. I've been doing it for about 5 months now, and it is a blast.
That's awesome. Okay, so tell me, like, KARM in general, what's one of the biggest myths you want to debunk about KARM?
That we're a soup kitchen.
Oh.
That a lot of times when people think homeless shelter, they think 3 hots and a cot. So 3 hot meals and a place to sleep in a big open warehouse. Yeah. That's not KARM at all. So we do provide 3 hot meals a day. We serve about 1,000 meals every single day. Wow. And we provide shelter to over 370 people every single night. Wow. But in addition to those things, we also have programs. We have a care center on site that Summit Medical Group comes in. We offer ways to get your identification. So we have case management with our care coordinators. We have specific classes, job skills, workforce readiness, so many things. Yeah. So the myth is, that's just the homeless shelter. That's just the soup kitchen. No. Yes, and all of these other things. Yeah. Right.
So it's a comprehensive, thing, basically. Yeah. So let's get into KARM exactly. So you mentioned some of those arms. Like, what's the overall mission, vision? Like, I know somebody can go to your website, but what is the mission of KARM? Like, what's the guiding kind of light?
We're actually studying that right now, memorizing our mission statement. And so I'm so happy that you asked.
Drum roll!
So our mission statement is to restore the lives of our homeless neighbors through Christ-centered support. Okay. And so that is the overarching umbrella of what we want to do. And so through that, it's a lot of relationships. It's a lot of working one-on-one, individualized conversations and programming to bring our people, our neighbors, back to flourishing, back to thriving. We don't want the KARM to be the end game for anybody.
Yeah.
We want this to be a launch pad for thriving and for flourishing wherever they go from here. So, yeah.
So the people that you serve, like, how do they find you? What are common, like, is it because they're homeless? Is it, like, what's the most common, like, how do they get, I guess, to you?
Yeah, mostly because somebody's who is experiencing homelessness. Yeah. And so that's how somebody would find us. But then we also have a lot of our guests who don't stay with us, they just need a meal. And so somebody's able to come and get a meal at KARM. Yeah. But the majority of our population are those who don't have a home, who don't have anywhere else to go. And so our team is then able to help them either restore some of those relationships. We have a shelter diversion program. Yeah. And so somebody could come in and they're able to meet with our team and we can say, hey, you might have thought that bridge was burned with that family member. Let's call them and see. Wow. And we can call them and the family member's like, I've been looking for them for years. Like, I thought the relationship was broken. I would love to see them. And so then our team is able to facilitate that reunification of that life being restored within the family or within the friendship. Right. And so I think that is really cool too.
So this may be a little bit harsh, but I think that sometimes the perception of like homeless people is like they just suck, or like they just whatever, like they don't have it together. So what are some things that people should know about like our homeless population here, to keep in mind? Because yes, it's like, I think sometimes it's like, well, they're human, so that's why we care, because we're all humans.
Right.
But I think sometimes people are just like, so what are some things that people should know about our homeless population here?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I actually was in the same boat as what you're saying of like, I didn't personally know anybody who was homeless when I started. And I had kind of grown up with that mentality of like, well, you need to get a job and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Right. I got a job, you got a job. And then I started here and it's like, I was just convicted of one, ew, that's so ugly and mean to have that mentality about my neighbors that I literally don't know. Right. And two, how wrong I was of so many of these people have extensive education backgrounds. They have worked, they have job experience, but then you have the mental illness aspect. You have complex trauma, brain trauma. And it wasn't until I was sitting down and hearing their stories where I was like, I've been wrong my whole life. Right. And so for people who maybe think that way, I would love to invite them in for a tour of, let me introduce you to my friends. Come serve a meal with me and look these friends in the eye. Right. And see it for yourself. That, a quarter of our population works. So it's not like they're just all sitting on the sidewalk getting handouts from us. That's not the case. And that's not what we want for somebody. We don't want that life. That's not a thriving life. Right. We want them to be better and to move on. And so I think when I hear comments like that, and that's fair. That is what you see when you drive down North Broadway. Right. You see camps, you see under the bridge. Right. And if you don't know, you don't know. So come in and let me show you. Let me tell you.
Yeah. What are some of the most common needs? Is it food? Is it like, what is the most common thing people need from KARM?
Food, shelter, socks are actually some of the biggest thing, because it's really hard to get those clean and dry. Yeah. But then also things like housing. Rent costs in Knoxville are crazy bananas. And so getting stable housing, but also with those tangible needs, it's community. You know, so many of our guests have been ignored and people don't want to look them in the eye. Right. And so when you've been ignored, when you've been cast to the wayside, when you've been ostracized, you start to believe those lies about yourself. You start to believe that you're not worthy of eye contact, or that you're not worthy of somebody knowing your real name. And so that community aspect is where I think so many of those other things that we mentioned, that might come second, but to be seen and to be known and loved, I think that would be the number one thing. But tangibly, shelter, food, socks. We're heading into winter, even though it's like 70 degrees today.
I know.
It's about to get really cold. So like cold weather gear, hot hands, things like that.
Something else that people are always constantly saying is like, the homeless population is getting so much bigger here, blah, blah, blah. Like, is the population growing, or are people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that real? Is that true? And, like, what's the cause of that? And then it's like I want to have like an honest conversation, but I also just feel like it matters because like we're all humans. So like that is my like angle of things. So but I feel like some people it's like, oh, they shouldn't be here or whatever, but it's like, but the reality is like people do need help. You know what I mean? Like that is the position. But is it true that population is growing? That kind of thing.
Yeah, that is true, unfortunately. And the reason for that is lack of affordable housing. And so when COVID hit, I didn't live here when COVID happened, but when COVID hit, that's when a lot of other dominoes started to fall when it comes to rent or when it comes to evictions or when it comes to just being priced out of your apartment.
Yes.
And so that's where people are starting to see is that continued fallout from just the spike of rent costs, and or just the lack of a place. You know, we've had a couple more permanent supportive housing units and a couple more apartment complexes that have opened up this year. Our COO Todd Gilbert, he always does this really cool illustration of like homelessness is like a funnel. It's really easy to become homeless. It's really hard to get out of homelessness. So if you think of a giant funnel and you're pouring all these marbles in, you can pour in a lot, but one comes out at a time. And so that's what people are seeing. We're trying our very hardest day in, day out to move people into housing, from KARM into housing, pairing with community, but that's what people are seeing. So it is a fair statement. And I've not lived here very long. I've only lived here 3 years, so I don't really have a ton to compare it to. But people are seeing it, and it's true, but it's not a KARM problem. It's not, it's all of us are working together to combat it.
Yeah, well, and not to get into too much like public policy, but I do think that, correct me where I'm wrong, but I do think Knoxville in general has made an effort when it comes to like zoning, the kind of building that they're allowing, like that kind of thing. So we are seeing some like
for sure.
People, I feel like at least now there's a voice.
Yes.
Or like, hey.
Yes. And we love like, working with like the Office of Housing Stability.
Yeah.
We work like hand in hand with city and county officials, with Aaron Reed from that office, from CAC, from, you name it, we're working with them because we're all on the same team.
Which I think is awesome. I mean, because it does take. Yeah. It's not just like a one-person problem. It's like it's our community's problem.
Exactly.
So, okay, so you've been quiet.
Sorry.
Okay, so you are like directly related to the KARM stores.
Yes.
So for all the people out there that don't know what we're talking about when we say KARM stores, tell us what we're talking about.
Yeah, so most people don't know the difference between KARM and KARM stores. We're just KARM together, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But the stores, we have 26 KARM stores, thrift stores, and 2 Christmas locations, all across East Tennessee. Most of them are in the Knoxville area, but we do have some in Morristown, Jefferson City, Sevierville, Lenore City, Oak Ridge.
There's
Athens.
26?
26 total. There are a lot.
Yeah. That's insane, right?
And our goal, our mission is to provide 100% of our profit to Knox Area Rescue Ministries to help fund them because they do not get government funding. All our funding is through us, donors, and a few fundraising events throughout the year. But KARM Stores plays a huge part in helping make that change towards restoration.
Yeah. Which the KARM stores, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Goodwill. Goodwill versus KARM. Like, what's the difference? They are not related. So I guess my point is, like, KARM is specifically supporting Knox Area Rescue Ministries. Hence them being called KARM stores. So when it comes to KARM itself, like, who's running KARM? Is it volunteers? Like, how does it work? Like, how does it work?
We actually have over 600 employees throughout all of our KARM stores. Yeah, we're considered a large employer. We're actually a 2-time running USA Today top workplace, which a few hundred organizations throughout the country get that distinction every year. So we're really proud of that.
Yeah.
And that is entirely based on a survey that's sent out to all our employees, and we do not tell them what it's for. Honestly, this might be me saying that that's where they could figure out what it is. But we don't try and encourage them.
You're not
you have to vote well for us. No, we just send them this survey, and based on the results on that dictates whether or not you get that distinction. So we've gone it the last 2 years. We do have a lot of volunteers though. It takes a lot to be able to run that many stores, but there are full-time jobs. I mean, I'm a director of marketing for a thrift store, which honestly I didn't even know really existed.
Yeah.
Even a year ago.
I didn't know that till today, honestly.
But so there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a big organization, but we are making an impact.
Yeah. So KARM, okay, it's a thrift store, but like if people, when I think of KARM, and you can be like, Haley, get out of here, okay? But when I think of KARM, that's like where I take my clothes. Yeah. That's where I take old furniture, like things like that. Mm-hmm. So you guys repurpose essentially what people bring. Now don't bring crazy things, okay? And if you bring something crazy, when you drop it off, they're gonna tell you no. And don't be rude, because you brought something you shouldn't have, okay? I just want to say that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I feel like some people are like, they didn't take my trash. Mm-hmm. Well, they shouldn't have, okay? Anyways, so, like, what's the actual process? Like, how does it work? People drop stuff off. I don't know how the inventory idea of this whole of all of it.
Impressive. What they do
is like, so what's the process?
I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. That kind of spent my first, as the director of marketing communication, you got to know everything that's going on. Yeah. It was a lot to kind of like take in. But yeah, almost every store has a donation center, so they can drop stuff off, and then it immediately goes into our processing area, and they look through it and see, because rarely do we get someone's trash. That does happen occasionally.
When I say trash, I mean aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah.
But from time to time, you got to sort through things. You just don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get a shirt that maybe has a tear in the sleeve. Well, no one's going to want to buy that. So you just sort through it, but then you got to figure out how to process it. And so, KARM stores, one of the unique things we do in the thrift industry, which this is where some people don't like it, but our goal is not to make money for ourselves. Our goal is to make money for the mission.
Right.
To help fund them. We price things similar to what its actual value is now. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's not so good.
Yeah.
If someone looks at a different item and maybe overvalues it a little bit, then we get to hear about it on social media and through Google reviews. But there are...
Really? Do people go there and say that?
Sure do. But...
He's like, sure do. Yeah,
that is okay.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
We do appreciate
Thanks for shopping.
But so... It goes through processing. They process it. Goes out on our shelves. A lot of it's clothing. Yeah, that's where we get. That's the majority of our product. And then but some of it. So here's the caveat: is like some go to more stores because like that they're like donation hubs. Like just more people donate. So there's a whole distribution team that moves it from one store to another. We have warehouses to be able to store some of this stuff because we get so much product so fast sometimes that we can't. There's nowhere to put it on the floor. There's not enough in the back rooms. Like it's a full-on operation. Yeah. But I'll say this, man. You want to talk about being blessed by a community. If you go look on social media, every now and then it kind of looks like, a lot of people don't like KARM. Don't go to TikTok if you think KARM stores is it.
Don't go to TikTok and read any comments. You can scroll, but don't read any comments anywhere.
You would think it's doom and gloom, but in all honesty, there is an amazing amount of support in this community for the KARM stores and what we're doing. We are so blessed by our donors who continue to give us their items. Yeah. And knowing the causes that we're going to price it, take that money and use it to help fund the mission. And again, in a time when homelessness is increasing, like it's imperative. Right. Because we're trying our best to help combat this with our neighbors in our community. Right. It's just it's a hard thing to go through. But I mean, we're incredibly lucky at KARM stores to be able to have the donors that we have, the customers that continue to show up. Like it's awesome.
Yeah. So are there seasons where it's like you get more donations, less, you know what I mean? Like, is there an influx of stuff going into the summer, or like, is there a seasonality of like the store?
Yeah, so there are a lot of seasonalities. Now, I've only been here for a little bit, so I don't know all of them yet, but I do know we're about to we're basically about to do a roller coaster. We're going to peak real fast before Christmas. Then we're going to go into Christmas. It's going to peak harder because everyone gets rid of what they don't need post-Christmas. Yeah. Then it's going to basically drop off for a bit. We're going to go through probably a little bit of I don't know if it's a month, 2 months, where people have donated what they didn't have because they just went through Christmas. Right. And then it picks back up again.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about the Christmas stores.
Yeah. So we have 2 Christmas stores. The reason we can have 2 is because we had so much product. Yeah. In store.
And it's stuff that people donated.
Yeah.
Like
we bought our tree from the Christmas store last year.
Really?
Yes.
We got
7-foot tree, beautiful, from Target. Yep. And bought it I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And we got it on a discount because it was at the KARM store.
Right.
And now it's like, oh, well, this, however much we paid for it, like $14. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, that's 7 meals at the mission, and this tree is, you know, I mean, it's so cool to see.
Yeah, that's cool,
Yeah, we honestly would have paid a lot more for it. But we just went on a day in which they were doing a big sale at the end of it was after Christmas, so they were just trying to kind of limit. Unbelievable tree. And there's a lot of things you can go if you go to our stores. But at Christmas specifically, so we got really blessed last year. There was a huge influx of donations of Christmas stuff. And, I mean, just pallets of items that had to sit in storage because we don't sell Christmas for the majority of the year. So, but we had so much in storage that we were able to open 2 stores this year, which is also awesome because Knoxville loves Christmas. I kind of knew it.
We got a problem.
But kind of didn't to the extent because I was like, it's September 4th. And there's hundreds of people lined up outside Clinton Highway. Yeah. I'm like, dude, it's like 9 degrees outside. It's you guys are thinking about Christmas? Yes, they were.
About the couple that came from like South Carolina.
What?
They drove in that morning.
We had 2 different couples. One was from Alabama, and one was from Florence, South Carolina. Not close to Tennessee at all.
No.
So the couple from Alabama just happened to be in Gatlinburg, but knew that we did this, and it was like, a blessing for them that it ended up being the weekend they were on vacation in Gatlinburg. They got up at 4 a.m. and drove down. Then another couple from Florence, South Carolina specifically came. They're on our VIP list. They only come for the Christmas stores when they open. Because
it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. We get people from all over. We actually had a huge weekend a few weeks ago where the Knoxville Expo right beside us did a big Christmas fair.
Yeah.
Right beside our Clinton Highway location. Boom. Like that. It's huge because those people are coming there. Yeah. And they just come right over because what makes it so unique. Because this was my question. I was like, why on earth? Like, what can you guys possibly...
What is it?
Like, what is it that makes it so magical? Think about all the, like, Christmas items from maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Where are you going to get that stuff? Every Target, Walmart, everything retail is just what they're doing for the year. They may do, like, the vintage throwback. But where do you go find those old school items? And I think right now, I said this on a recent interview, there's a lot of people that are our age who grew up on like, the 25 Days of Christmas on ABC Family. You grew up on all this like this magic behind Christmas. Well, now we're old enough to have our own home. We have kids, families. Like we want to experience that with our families now, and we have the money to do it. Like we're the generation coming up. There is a huge demand for Christmas, and that's not just with KARM Stores Christmas. I think you can look around the country at the current like status. So like I'll give not a plug for them, but like Spirit Halloween is converting to Spirit Christmas. They're doing test runs this year, and they're going to do it. They're going to start expanding. Wow. I've already seen stuff for like Home Depot has like a $100 Christmas tree that they're giving out. That's like probably a little bit cheaper than some of the other retailers. Like there's a lot of people that are trying to get in the Christmas game, and it's getting earlier and earlier. Now, KARM stores might be a little bit of a problem for that because we open early September, but the demand's there.
The demand was there.
Yeah.
People are so excited about Christmas.
And they want something magical. They want something to look forward to. Like, we got married a couple years ago, and so we're, like, building our Christmas stuff together. Because, like, he had some, I had some. But now it's like, what do we want together?
What are our traditions?
Let's go look around. And, oh, my mom had this when I was growing up. And, oh, we need to get this because his family had that. Like, and getting to make that our own. We can't really find that just, like, doing online shopping. Like,
for sure.
But to get to go and figure it out together, like, it's so fun.
So it's almost like it's an experience too, because your point, like shopping online versus like going into a store full of Christmas, like. But also it's funny because this makes me think about like the stores in Pigeon Forge that are like year-round Christmas stores. So obviously everyone's shopping Christmas all year round. Okay, so what are in the? Because I've not been in a KARM Christmas store. Like what's in there? Trees, decorations. Are we talking like inflatables? Like what are we talking?
Everything.
Really?
Everything. There's a whole wall that's just wreaths, and then there's another wall that's just like vintage Hallmark ornaments. There was the cutest like Barbie tree with like the old. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the old school Barbie vintage. Bought one of those. I mean, what else? Like vintage plates you can get, like Christmas plates. Oh my gosh. What else did we buy?
I mean, there's
ornaments.
all sorts of stuff.
Everything. Trees, inflatables, yard things.
Yeah.
Like that you can stick in your yard. I mean,
it's just whatever someone has
donated. Anything Christmas.
There's a lot of themes of the trees, the wreaths, the ornaments.
Oh, that's right.
Like there's a lot of like, you're gonna have this style, but we get a lot of like one-off products. So there's like the little ceramic villages that you'll see. So we had one at North Peters when we opened it that was like Harley Davidson themed. Now it's like, it was super nice, and it's like, but the problem with thrift, good and bad, is that product, as soon as it's gone, it's not coming back.
Yeah, it's the
it's a lot of so we call it a lot of treasures. Like there are a lot of like one-off pieces you get. And I mean, it is just the most like anything thing Christmas. Recently we bought Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra Christmas records because we got a record player for our 2-year anniversary this year. And so like we got that at KARM Stores Christmas. There's all sorts of stuff. It's one of those where like you go in, you just walk through and see what there is in store because you really don't know what you're going to find. And you can go into Clinton Highway and find a certain element of things, and you can go into North Peters and it's going to be totally different because it's thrift. Each store has its own different thing. It's just depending on what is on the floor.
What's on the floor? Where's the one on North Peters?
So if you get off Cedar Bluff area, where it's like basically between Best Buy and then going around towards Kingston Pike.
Okay. Yeah.
Bargain Hunt.
Old Bargain Hunt.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. About that. Okay. Yeah. Duh. Okay.
And then like also practically, I knew I was gonna have an ugly Christmas sweater party, and so
I was gonna wonder
I need my ugly Christmas sweater, and I got it. It has bells. It dings when you walk. Like it's extreme. But for things like that, where maybe I don't want to go pay $25 for one somewhere else, I'm like, I can pay $5 for this, and it's going to a good cause.
Right. Yeah, because now I feel like ugly sweaters are their own.
Yes.
It's its own thing in every store, and so the idea of it's like it's repurposed, but also it's a good cause.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. Something that you mentioned that I thought was interesting, like your Christmas tree, when you said it was $14 and that's like 7 meals.
Yeah.
So what are some like tangible things when it comes to like dollar amounts, like that helps KARM?
Yeah, for sure. So the easiest one to remember is one meal costs $2.56. Okay. And so that's how you can do that math when you're shopping I'm spending, you're better at math than me, so I'll need your help. I'm spending $50 at KARM stores today. How many meals is that?
40, I think.
No. 256, so 24 to 25.
I did not do the math.
It's fine. It's 50,000 meals.
You made that so complicated. They could have just said 4 meals every $10. And
there you go.
I did the wrong.
It's the math. But $2.56. And then a night of shelter would be a meal, a shower, and a bed. Okay. And that comes out to be about $21 a night. So as you're shopping, you can keep those numbers in your head.
Right.
And those are very tangible things. Right. And so when you check out, the retail associate should say, like, this is how many meals you provided today. And I just always think that's cool. And they'll also ask you to round up. Right. And so that also comes directly back to us here.
Right.
And so you're not just making somebody rich when you shop at KARM stores. Yeah. It's not lining our pockets. It's not like...
Which is what my husband thought, by the way. He was like, why are you taking that to KARM? And I was like, well, because it's for a good cause. He's like, they're just profiting off of your stuff. And I was like, no, they're not. Nope. Like, it's for a nonprofit. It's really good.
Yeah. So. And one thing that we'll hear, and you might get into this, I don't know, but we'll see comments or something of like, oh, you have 26 stores but only one shelter. And that's not true. We have one emergency shelter that sleeps 370 people every night. Yeah. We also have 2 homes for women. We have one for women and children, one for single ladies. And so those are for women who are either coming out of domestic violence, struggling with addiction, needing a safe place to be. Yeah. Those are off campus. Yeah. And then we also have a men's program that's very similar. That's 18 to 24 months, restoration, recovery, all the things. And we're opening a women and children's campus within the next 2 years. And so it's very expensive to run a shelter when you do it with intentionality, and when it's not just the 3 hots in the pot that we talked about. Right. That's probably less expensive. I don't know. I'm clearly not a numbers person. But when you do things that are very program based, trauma informed, covering all of the details of a person, that is expensive. And so every time you shop at KARM stores, that is directly changing somebody's life here at the mission. Right. Yeah.
So what are ways, like if people want to get involved in supporting KARM, like what are different ways they can do that? Obviously, like shopping at the stores is just, easy, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah. And there's so many others as well. Like, we have over 2,000 volunteers a year here at the mission, serving meals, teaching classes, working in our garden, taking guests to their appointments, working in the dorms, you name it. There's so many ways. There's over 50 ways you can get involved through volunteering at the mission, not including what you can do at the stores. You can do that as well. Donating, you can go to KARM.org to learn all about that. And then some tangible things. We do have an Amazon needs list that's updated seasonally. And so as we head into the cold season, we're going to need more toboggans, more gloves, more hot hands, more scarves. And so people can go there to shop as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So also too, when it comes to like, how can I say this? Like the kind of the idea of like trusting a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Like, what are ways that people know like this is a cause I can trust?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what does that look like for people that are, because if someone's saying, well, you've got all these stores and this one thing, it's like, relax. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, like, how do people know, like, okay, yeah, this is a good cause? Like, what are like hallmarks of that, if that makes sense?
That is something I'm so passionate about.
Yeah.
Just having a background in nonprofit work.
Yeah.
And he hears me go on rants about this all the time because when somebody gives you their money or their time or you name it, you have to steward that well. I would not work here if there was anything unlike that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It matters to us. It matters to our board. Our board goes through every single line. Like, they're so detailed. Yeah. And that matters. Even though it's like, oh, come on. But it's like, people are trusting us with their money. Right. They're trusting us with their finances. They're trusting us with their time. Yeah. We have to steward that well. And if we don't, I'm walking. Yeah. And so we're ECFA accredited. And so that's a really big accreditation in the nonprofit world, which just says, hey, we've reviewed your finances, we've done all the legwork, and that we approve what you guys are doing. And so you can also see that on our website. When you go to KARM.org, there's a tab at the top that says 2024 Annual Report. Yeah. You'll see a big pie chart of how we spent our money last year. And you'll be surprised to see how much is spent on programs and how little is spent on management. Right. Yeah.
Well, I think too, like, people also don't realize, like, it is expensive to do what you do. Yeah. And to your point, do it with intentionality. It's not like, what'd you call it? 3 in a 1?
3 hots in a cot.
3 hots, 3 in a 1, 3 hots in a cot.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, like, so I think that's, but I also think that sometimes there can be, like, analysis by paralysis. So I just want to encourage people, like, if you're interested to support any cause, like, do your research, but also, like, go to a KARM store, see what it's about. And you guys offer tours, I guess, for facilities, or, like, how does that work?
We offer tours of our main campus 6 days a week. Yeah. And so you can sign up online as well, KARM.org, and then go to the tours tab. Yeah. And then my team gives those tours. And so we show you where you can serve. And even if you don't want to get plugged in, even if you just want to educate yourself, we'll tell you all about it. Right. And then you can take that back to your neighborhoods and your social medias. And you can see it with your own eyes. Totally. That this is what we're passionate about. And we love our neighbors, and we want everybody to do that as well.
Well, and it's just not as simple as, like, they're homeless. Like, that's not our problem. Like, it's not that, simple. I think, like, that's not being a good neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, not to be judgy, but, like, that isn't being a good neighbor. So, okay, is there anything I haven't asked you guys about KARM that you're like, we got to talk about this?
I don't know either.
I just love it.
Yeah.
And I just want everyone to love it. And our guests matter so much to me and to him and to everybody who work here. Yeah. But I don't think there's anything.
How do you get on that VIP list?
Ooh, yeah, tell him.
He mentioned his VIP list for this Christmas store. I'm like, how do I get on that list?
It's very exclusive. All you have to do is go up to any associate at the registry at any of our stores and just ask, can I join the VIP list? And they get your name, number, and email. That's it. We send out 2 emails a month.
You get some sweet coupons.
Really?
I do coupons. Some months are better than others. There's 12 months out of the year, so some appeal to more people than others do. But there's no caveat. All it is just an opportunity for us to, like, show up and give back to the customers that continue to shop with us. It's like, if you're loyal to us, we're going to try and be loyal to you. And so we do coupons. Well, any store openings, they get early access. So like Clinton Highway, when we had the line outside, that was for our VIP exclusive day. We opened it to VIPs on Thursday and to the public on Friday. Cool. And that's really cool for in a store that's thrift, where the product's not coming back. That's literally first access to some of these things that you're going to get the shot at it. Then for the real diehards, they'll come back the next day because they know we went back and replenished with a bunch of new stuff that wasn't there. So
you do have like diehards.
Yes,
oh, we do.
We do.
Yeah, it's a long list of people.
It's impressive.
And so, but again, we have these customers that they show up and they really enjoy what they can find at farm stores.
Yeah.
For retail purposes, but we have a lot of women as our primary shoppers.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I've gotten so many incredible shirts at KARM stores over the last 2 months, like Ralph Lauren, Joseph A. Bank. I'll just go look at the long sleeves. I'm not every time do I walk out of a store when I go in with a shirt, but it's like, if I'm going to be over there, I'll just go check real fast and see. And it's like $10 to $15 for like a brand new looking Joseph A. Bank shirt. I've like totally reworked my wardrobe. You wouldn't know it because I'm wearing orange today. Now. But I was like, all I've had is Tennessee Nike gear for the last 4 years. Like, I kind of need something else. And it's been the perfect way to like redo my wardrobe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is weird question to ask, but has there been an influx of like unused things, like stuff that still has a tag on it? Because to me, in the day of Amazon, and this is just probably my own personal question, I'm just curious, but like, if I miss the return date on the stuff I buy, like I'm like, well, I guess I'm taking this to KARM, and it's never been like touched. So do you see an influx of like unused stuff or no?
So I don't.
Or am I just a psycho?
I do know we from time to time we get things, you know, especially if I just had to guess, no prior research, I'd probably say post Christmas. There's a little bit of influx of people being like, I do not know why my parents got me this. Like I have no reason. I'm just gonna go donate it. And
someone else can enjoy it.
So like maybe I don't think it happens that much.
Okay.
But
I guess I'm just lazy.
No,
because I cannot stand going to the freaking UPS store.
For some reason, that is a hurdle that I cannot. I'm like,
it drives me bananas. And then the one time I do go, there's 50 people in line. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
We ain't got time.
Yes.
Now, what we are seeing though, and it's actually kind of benefited us. You're starting to see more of this like targeted audience who are the environmentally sustainable of wanting to reuse products, because you got Temu out there that just rapid fire producing, but it's not really high quality things. So like people are starting to get in this mindset of, well, I'm going to go buy repurposed clothes, because
it's a better product.
There's a finite amount of materials out there in the world, and at some point, like, we're going to get closer and closer to that threshold. So there are people that are very cognizant of that, and thrift is really benefiting. And that's not just KARM stores; like that's across the board. I'll actually give you a fun fact, but not with that at all. But this is what I'll talk about. Thrift is really thriving right now as an industry. So much so that when they do the fashion show in 2026, I think, for New York, I could be wrong in that. One of our competitors, I'll name drop them, Goodwill, is going to have a spot on Fashion Week. And that's the reason I'll name
You don't need a spot on Fashion Week.
Is because that's a big deal that thrift is getting a spot. Because a lot of people, when they think of thrift, they're thinking like, man, this is like some like raggedy shirt. That's not it at all. And I would actually say that's where KARM stores we're really blessed compared to some of the other thrift stores out there. I'm not saying just in Knoxville, but just in general. We have some really nice product. Like I was saying with the men's shirts, there's good stuff. We have whole activewear sections now, just of like, if you want to get like running shorts, things like that.
Lulu.
Like there's all sorts of stuff.
For real.
There's a Nordic Track treadmill down at Hall of Fame right now that is nicer than anything you would see at Planet Fitness, any of that. I literally tried to buy it, but it wouldn't fit in fit in my office, and because I was like, this is so nice, and I was like, I need to walk some. I packed on some pounds over the years, I can admit it, but I was like, dude, this is so nice, man. There's some really nice things. Stuff, now, I'm not saying everything you walk in there, you're like, that's gold. I'm like, no.
Come on.
You gotta pick your treasures out, but thrift has kind of changed a lot in the last few decades. It's not what it used to be, like just like basically hand-me-downs. It's just nice clothes that either someone grew out of or they just need to make space.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you need to be in New York Fashion.
Yeah, like who do we call to get in New York Fashion
Week? Somebody.
Someone in New York's like, who the heck is KARM for?
Right. What is that?
They're gonna learn today.
Yeah, they're gonna know. Okay, so thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Okay, $21. Keep that in mind. Is 3 meals, a cot, a place to sleep.
Yep, and a shower.
Yep. $21. So next time you spend $21, just think about it. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, just throwing it out there. Thank you guys so much. And then if people want to find out more about KARM, just go to karm.org. Is that the best place?
Yep, and my email's on there, and I'd love to either give them a tour or give them more information. Any way that we can help educate the community is a win for us.
And then if you have questions about like what's happening with the homeless population or whatever, like KARM wants to inform you, as she mentioned.
Yes.
Like, they're a pillar in the community, but also for the support of the community and the people that need help, but also informing us as neighbors. So anyways, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.